We'll do it live. Fuck it. We'll do it live. Fuck it.
Check 1, check 2. Are we live?
Maybe.
Yes, I just found out we are live worldwide. Not only on YouTube, but we're live on Facebook. We're live in your living room. We're live on your phone, and we're here to entertain you for the next hour. It is the last day of April. It's almost May Day. May Day is coming up tomorrow. It's gonna be May. Isn't that a song?
It's gonna be May.
Isn't that a song from NSYNC?
Oh, you guys get your taxes done?
Oh, yeah. Been done.
I filed the extension.
Well, in Florida, we had up until tomorrow
Yeah.
because of hurricanes.
But you get the extension.
Yeah.
Let's introduce
I
you
gave
to
my
the
life
cast for
extension.
those of you that are new to our live, which I hear more and more people are catching our show. So that's good to hear. Let's
Sick.
Sorry for you guys.
Yeah.
let's hear
wrong with
from the Brown representative, my man Raymo G. What's
Yeah.
up, Raymo?
How you doing? How you doing, Poppy? No, that one's pretty cool. I like the horn, the trumpet. You know, bit Mexicano, but all right, whatever.
What does your shirt say? It's hard for me to hear it in the rolls or read it within the rolls.
Or you trying to be funny? It says "too cool to care."
No, it says too tired to care.
That too.
Too tired to care. That's what it actually
Why
says.
too tired?
Yeah.
What'd you eat?
Too tired.
Frijoles.
Yeah. I ate some. No, that's the wrong. I ate some plátanos.
Let's go to our man in black. He's wearing all black, and he is on our show representing the black culture. What does your shirt say?
I know I'm representing myself.
He's our soul man.
I'm representing myself. I
Okay.
cannot represent all my people. I'm only representing me. Let's say it right
Okay,
now.
he's representing Memphis.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
All right, what does your shirt say?
Right, baby.
There, and there.
There. Right there.
You just went to St. Louis. Was the word "there" was that invented in St. Louis?
That is a St. Louis term. Yes, it is.
That was Nelly, right?
No, that's people that came way before him.
Okay,
Oh, is it?
because he had that song.
He jacked it.
Well, no, because he and I both are from St. Louis. He's
Right.
from the west. He from the north side. I'm from the west side. And people on
West side.
the south side, everybody say that. That's a thing. Like,
It's just a Saint.
That's a St. Louis thing.
Thing from the Lou.
What?
It's something from the Lou.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Do your
It's from the
research.
Lou. That's what I said. It's from the Lou.
I love it, like when you do that thing right there. Who did that song?
That was Chingy.
Chingy.
Chingy. Yeah, he did a there song.
Is he
as
from
well.
St. Louis?
Yes,
too?
he is.
Huh?
Do your research.
That's what I
West
thought.
side. Jaquan.
Jaquan, yeah.
Jaquan from St. Louis.
Tipsy.
Yeah. We got a gang of people from St. Louis.
That's
Got
dope.
A lot of people. Jason Tatum from St. Louis.
Yeah, a lot
Josephine Baker from
of
St. Louis.
blues music too from the city of St. Louis, singing the blues.
Yep.
The Cardinals.
The Cardinals, obviously,
They're
from
from
St.
St.
Louis.
The Blues.
Good barbecue sauce in St. Louis as well.
Yeah, good barbecue.
Let's
too.
go to our white representative.
He's darker
What
than
the
all
hell?
of us.
What?
See, you're darker than all of us.
Hey, I've been out working out on the beach a lot,
Yeah, you look good. I like your tan.
but I'll represent all the white people. I'll do it for you.
You use,
Some of them are like, wait a minute, they're confused.
Yes, they are.
do you
Yeah.
put on SPF while you're out there?
No, please.
You don't
They're
put
like,
on SPF?
I do. I put
They got a
on
Mexican
sunblock for
playing
sure.
us?
Good.
Wear that sunblock. I do.
Yeah.
I don't want to get
Yeah.
the
You
you know,
can't
The C
that
word?
shit.
chop your arm off or
Yeah.
whatever the hell it is.
Nah, man.
That's
Put
not
on-
your arm.
Use SPF, people.
Yes,
Stay from
sir.
there.
Don't
Been doing
curse
that. I got some great, funny news stories for you today
Oh,
in the
sweet.
news
Yeah.
segment portion of the
Good.
show.
Good shoe.
And yeah,
Really big
Check it
shirt.
That's awesome.
what else has been going on?
Well, we got lots going on the show today, so let's go ahead and get into it. I noticed that WrestleMania happened recently. I don't really keep
Really?
up with the wrestling like I used to.
Wrestling.
When I was a kid, I used to love wrestling. Back in the Andre the Giant, Big John Studd,
Yeah.
Hillbilly Jim.
Hulkamania.
yeah, all that.
Yeah, Hulkamania.
Junkyard Dog, Superfly
Yes.
Jimmy Snooker, goddamn the Iron Sheik. Remember the Iron Sheik?
Yeah, the animal.
Rowdy
Remember?
Roddy
Hell yeah,
Piper.
Roddy Piper, Ric Flair.
Does any of you know who the latest and greatest heavyweight champion of the world is after this past weekend? It wasn't, maybe it was like
John Cena.
Yes.
Yeah.
You were
John-
right.
won.
But John Cena a heel though. He a heel.
Now,
He turned bad, so he won. It would kind of make sense though that he would be turned into a crook and then win the belt. You know.
Gentry was telling me they're clowning his bald spot. I have a bald spot too. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, he got to
See
do
if
something
bald
with
spot
that.
gets you clowned.
See if we could find
Yes, it
that on
will.
the internet from the truck. See if you can find the John Cena
not
bald
cool.
spot. His is happening at the very top of his head, so he has like a lot of hair in the front, a lot of hair towards the
Oh,
back.
yeah,
There it is.
Oh, yeah.
See that
It's,
Who the hell is he wrestling?
I always
bad.
thought that was part of his haircut.
It's not that bad.
That's
of a bald
Cody
spot.
Rhodes that he's wrestling.
Is
right
that
now.
Dusty Rhodes? Look,
That's
boy,
Dusty Rhodes' son.
You know,
yes.
I don't know
Cody
that he even
Rhodes.
has a bald
Cody.
spot, really.
Why the hell he?
Well, look at that haircut. You
Hit
can
his
say
ass.
It's a
watch
terrible
Hit his
haircut is
ass.
what it is.
Hit him upside the goddamn head with the belt.
Boom.
Look at that,
Oh,
you
Wait.
John Cena ended up walking away with the championship. He's back to being the champion. I think this is the 14th time. Yes. A record-setting 14th reign of holding the championship belt.
I know Ric Flair did it 12 times.
So we decided to play a little game here
Is
where
that
we
Bad Bunny who
use
beat
the
up there?
AI to create little videos and little characters of us if we were wrestlers.
Oh,
So
no.
This
our-
is going to
our-
be awesome.
Our
no.
producers created little wrestlers for you guys.
Little wrestlers.
So let's get ready to go to the wrestlers. I'm going to start with the first wrestler that we have, and that would be coming down the aisle right now.
Oh, it's me.
He's standing 6'3". He's an animal from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. He's been arrested more times than a Florida Gator at a backyard pool party. Weighing in at a lean, mean 202 pounds. He's got fists of fury and a mouth that won't shut up. Give it up for Rowdy Tomkat.
Yeah. Oh, it's awesome.
That's awesome. That is cool.
Look at Rowdy TK.
Yeah, man.
I met him before.
In another 10 years, I may look exactly like that, I
Hey,
think.
I met him before.
Oh, shit,
You should be
man.
honored, dude. He is one
Yeah,
amazing fucking dude. Did he pass?
Roddy Piper.
He
yeah,
did
he
pass.
passed. Yeah, he passed.
Yeah, he was an amazing dude.
Yeah,
dude.
Roddy Piper.
He
Man,
was
he was in the
awesome.
Piper's pit. He used to do all the interviews. They be wilding out and shit.
He was awesome, man. I loved
He be
him.
Well, it looks like me when it
Great
looks
energy.
correct.
Met his son, too.
So what would be your finishing move, Tomkat? I mean, sorry, Rowdy.
I would like
TK.
sit on your face with that skirt and just drop fucking teabag your ass. Boom.
Bag, that's gross.
Oh, yeah, the
Terrible.
rowdy teabag.
All right, now
Good thing there's no penis to get in the way.
Now let's pretend that you just got into the ring, Tomkat, and now it's time for you to talk some shit over there to the Nacho Man. Go ahead and talk some shit to the Nacho Man.
I see you out here, Nacho Man, trying to act like you're all big and bad, but I'm going to sit my teabag right on your face there, buddy. Something like that.
Nice. That's very nice. Let's give him a nice round of applause for that.
Thank you.
He obviously
Thank you.
watched a
I
lot of
loved wrestling when I was a
growing
kid, but
up.
when I found out it was
Wrestling.
fake, I was mad and I was out of there.
What?
Yeah.
Wait,
Hey,
hold
man,
on,
I
hold
was
on,
angry.
hold on.
It's
Whoa,
fake.
whoa.
Listen.
Whoa, what?
I was one of the
Repeat
first
that.
generations of
Repeat
kids
that.
that had to find that out.
What
That was
did
like
you
finding
say?
out Santa Claus wasn't real.
Santa Claus is not real.
When I found out that wrestling was fake, I was not happy.
Wrestling's
as a
not
kid.
fake. What are you talking about?
It is.
What the hell? No.
It just has great storylines.
Listen.
But it's not fake.
No.
I don't know. They choose who's going to win. You don't think that?
That-
You don't
What?
think they choose who's going to win?
I mean,
We're going to
sometimes-
find out, okay? Who chooses who to win? Okay, when I get you in the ring, you think you're going to bring that tea back on my face, buddy? No, that's not going to happen, okay? You're going to get the
you're
cuchillo.
the Macho Man, you
I'm
gotta
gonna
sound like you
cut
got
you
a
right
shit, too.
across your neck, and I'm going to cut you right there. So nice and slow. You're going to bleed everywhere, okay? Okay? You watch it, boy.
Some of the
You
wrestlers
watch it.
take that very personal when you say that wrestling isn't real.
Listen, they definitely get beat up. But
Yeah,
They do.
they
Yeah,
choose
it's
who wins.
It's like football.
And they're not punching each other really hard. you know.
Sometimes they are. They're slapping
you
each
get
They
other.
definitely
body
do the
slam.
little like stomp punch. The stomp punch where they stomp.
What about the
and
Oh, yeah.
slaps?
same
What about
time.
those times
Oh,
they
yeah, them
slap
slap-
them?
That's
Rick-
not real.
Yeah, the slaps
I
are,
think Ric
they're
Flair
definitely
would
getting
be-
slapped. And,
But they're
definitely getting slammed on the ground.
Yeah, you
they're
getting body
pros.
slammed.
I
and they
do
have to stay in
believe
shape.
that the ring is made out of something that bounces, so
It-
it's
it
not
does.
like concrete.
So hard.
You want to
Right.
get
True.
slammed on concrete,
True.
now you're not getting up.
Right.
I mean,
I agree.
Well, I mean, Mick Foley did get thrown from the top of a steel cage by the Undertaker and threw his ass. First, he threw him off. He threw him through it. Then he climbed his crazy ass back up there, and the Undertaker threw his ass off the top of that motherfucker.
Well, didn't a wrestler die
Yes.
in Tampa?
Coming down from
All
the
falling
top.
off the
He was
top,
doing a
yeah.
thing where he gets lowered from the top down. I'm sorry, I can't remember. who
Owen
it is.
Hart.
Owen
Owen
Hart.
Owen Hart.
That was one of
And
the
it
heart.
broke and or he fell.
Yeah, from the Hart Foundation.
Raymo's crushed.
Those matches you're talking about with Mankind, Mick Foley, and
Yeah.
they would do those like Wait, to barbed wire matches.
Hell yeah, that shit
these
was
guys
crazy.
really would beat the shit out of
They
each other.
I
did.
mean, we watched that shit, man. Oh boy, wrestling was fun back then, man. I don't like it today.
Well, let's make
definitely
it
were.
fun today. Let's go to our next wrestler. This guy right here, he is straight out of the Memphis jungle.
Yeah, bitches.
He was raised on barbed wire and barbecue. The junkyard dog of the Delta, stomping into the ring with mud on his boots and vengeance in his soul. It's the one and only Memphis Yard Dog.
That's right.
Look at
bitches.
Memphis Yard Dog.
Yes.
Get your eyes,
It's
bitches.
awesome.
You look
at me.
insane, bro.
That's
Look
awesome.
at
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. There's a picture of you on the TV.
Look at Memphis
I know,
Yard.
what the hell? I've really been eating, man. Golly, why
Yeah,
put on
he's
some weight?
beefed up, man.
Look at that. Junkyard Memphis. That guy will kick your ass.
Oh, I'll fuck you up. It's on, baby. Listen, you think I can carry that chain around for a reason, boy? You used to fuck with my peoples and shit. I'm gonna do you the same way you did my people. Then I'm gonna whoop that trick. That's my finishing move, to whoop that trick.
You gonna
And I
whip
can't
that
tell you-
trick?
Yeah, and I can't tell you what it is. 'cause
Raymo's getting nervous.
because it varies. It varies
got dark real quick.
per opponent. Because each opponent getting a new version of whoop that trick. That means my bag is deep, son. You don't want to see me in the ring, son. It ain't working. The ref, we throw him out the ring too, because that's how we do.
Oh my god.
All
I'll
right.
see you soon.
Very intimidating, Junkyard
That's
Memphis.
good.
Very
Yeah, that was
nice.
a cool
Give him a
pick.
nice round of applause for that. That's a good job. Good job. Very nice.
Clap.
Very nice.
Damn it.
That was dope.
All right,
thank you, thank
that
you.
only leaves us with uno wrestler left.
El numero uno.
Okay,
Azucar.
Azucar.
it's now time. This next one, he will elbow drop you. This guy will elbow drop you from the top turnbuckle
While I salsa.
while you eat a little nacho cheese.
Rum brown.
He is the spice of life, wrapped in a tortilla of pain.
I am sazon, baby.
He is the cream of the carnita crop. He is, ladies and gentlemen, get on your feet and make some noise, weighing in at 200 and, I don't know, 85 pounds.
All right, you totally sold that. Wait,
The Nacho Man, Ray Garcia! The Nacho Man, Ray Garcia!
Oh, look at
That's
that. That
funny.
is hilarious.
Are
Rum
you,
brown.
why? I have a question. Why are you regurgitating the nacho?
I have no idea. You dumbasses made the video.
You're
Well,
supposed
that's he don't like that cheese, man. That's a good nacho
Yeah.
cheese. That
My
nacho
cheese
man
was
used
bad.
to.
his finishing move is the reverse nacho.
All right, so why the hell does everybody else look all cool and mean and shit? You got me looking like a goddamn street vendor, motherfucker.
You looking like a Mexican
I'll
Hulk
fuck
Hogan.
all y'all up.
Oh god. That's
Oh yeah, it's the Nacho Man, Ray Garcia.
funny. You do have the belt though.
You got the belt, so you
I
you're probably
got
kicking some
champion.
ass.
You are the champion of the world.
That's because I creamed you guys with my queso.
Nice. Let's
was
give him a
fun.
nice round of
That was
applause.
good.
The
That was
world
good.
champion,
I like
Nacho
it.
Man.
That was fun.
El Champion.
Nacho Man.
Capitan.
That's-
Can I feed everybody?
That's how you cut a promo.
I want to be a Nacho Man.
That was fun.
Yeah, that was fun.
I like
That
that.
was
All right, let's
great.
move
job,
on.
guys.
Let's move on to our next topic, which is I gotta find a way to stop the Spanish music.
Why?
For some reason, the Nacho Man music doesn't want to stop. Here we go.
It never stops, baby.
He the champ, so he's still getting his flowers.
We do
thrown at his
everything
feet.
all the time. That too. Excuse me.
That's that
Nice
bad
job,
cheese you
Nacho
was
Man.
eating.
That was actually the beans.
All right, we were early on this next story. I knew this was going to cause a problem. You can't bring your girlfriend to work. If you do, it eventually is going to get people talking, if anything, and then it usually ends badly. So we talked about it last week. Bill Belichick had his new hot young girlfriend on the sidelines, helping adjust his headset. She was looking over game plans. She was looking cute in her little boots running around. But now he's being interviewed by CBS to talk about his brand new book about being a head football coach in the National Football League and bringing a dynasty to New England and being the great coach that he is. He thinks he's about to sit down and talk about X's and O's and what makes him a winner. But the interviewer wants to talk about something else. He
His
wants
wiener?
He wants to talk about his girlfriend.
How'd you meet this chick?
Girlfriend.
So I think we have a clip of Bill Belichick being interviewed by CBS, and the interviewer decides he'd rather find out about the girlfriend. Roll the tape.
Jordan was a constant presence during our interview.
You have Jordan right over there.
A
Everybody in the
psycho.
world seems to be following
She's
this
lurking.
relationship. They've got an opinion about your private life. It's got nothing to do with them, but they're invested in it. How do you deal with that?
Never been too worried about what everybody else thinks. Just
Clearly
try to do
from
what
that
I
sweater.
feel like is best for me and what's right.
How did you guys meet?
Not talking about this.
No?
We are not talking about this.
Look at
Look at
her.
her.
Look at
Look at those
Mrs. Look
She's
at
got that-
Mrs.
Whoa.
fucking prickly pants over
Hey,
there.
fellas,
She's
you
salty.
see. Hey, roll that camera back. Look at her eyes. Listen to me, fellas. I'm gonna give you guys.
She's
Let's
threatening.
look at them eyes right there. Hey, you see a woman like that? Listen, you
Run.
run the fuck away.
Okay, that's all of them, bro.
Now let me ask you something, Memphis.
Yeah.
When
Don't
he's-
give me that look.
when the
No.
reporter says,
Uh-huh.
"Tell us how you met," and
Right,
now she
right.
doesn't want to talk about that.
Mhm.
Let's speculate, shall we?
Let's speculate, shall we?
What do you think exactly? How do you think they met?
I'm gonna say, I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say that old Billy Belichick was slitting her DMs on OnlyFans or something, and then she figured out who he was and was like, hell yeah, I landed me
payday,
a
payday.
whale.
This is the
And
this
he
is the
gonna
fun they're
parade me
having, huh?
around. Yeah, and she making his ass feel
Oh,
young
that's
all over
pretty-
again. I got
he's
this.
having a good
I got
time.
this young coochie. You know what I'm saying?
Look at this. Is this his Instagram? What are they doing? Right for those of you watching on the YouTube.
You know what the hell? She about to
What are
break
the
his
comments?
leg.
She's doing whatever she wants.
Let's read the comments.
All right,
I bet
I'll
they're-
read some
they're
of them.
epic.
What the hell happened to Coach, bro? Here's another one. This one says adorable grandpa and granddaughter.
Ah,
The next one is this woman really loves her grandpa.
oh boy, I bet her back all straight now.
This is so cringy. Man, what does she have Bill on?
Viagra? Maybe some
Yeah,
Cialis?
definitely Cialis.
Hey, whatever the
Viagra.
hell he on, boy.
This
that's
is very
enough. Hey, they
unusual.
gon-
Oh, wait, look, this is what she commented. This is her commenting on his Instagram.
Oh, nice.
She said Bilates challenge. She tried to do a hashtag Bilates, like B-I-L.
And she got 120 likes, 8 replies.
Oh,
Let's see
yeah.
those replies real quick. That's
Yeah.
gonna be good.
Replies, love this. Goat yoga.
Oh, okay.
Clever. Bilates, LOL.
Yeah, she's got some
Yeah.
people that
Yeah,
are
she
on her
gonna have
side.
all
This
these-
is
oh,
pathetic.
her family.
So obvious you're a gold and fame digger, shameful. There it is.
we know
That's
this
what we
is
were
true.
looking for.
Yeah, it's about 4 comments down usually. There we
That's
go.
salty
Hey,
cousin
she gonna have
gets
all these
involved.
old ass men out here trying to do this shit with these young girls and shit. They
Bro
gonna be
was
breaking
50 when he
their
was born.
fibulas and shit.
Well, it continues. The drama continues with Bill Belichick. How will the season turn out is going to be the next headline. Will the North Carolina Tar Heels do good this year? I think if they do good, nobody cares that he brings his girlfriend around. But if they start losing, I think it's going to be the total crackdown. And I eventually think that this relationship will falter because it's going to become too much. What do you think, Tomkat?
And this is funny because in this interview, CBS, right? They said, for what I heard, that she was way meaner behind the scenes. That was only a little bit of what you saw right there. That was on camera, and like she was kind of crotchety the entire time and being nasty to all their staff. And if they got that on camera, just that one little bit, she was probably doing it the whole time. And it's funny that they chose to put the camera in that direction to me, which to me says
They know
they
she was
were
gonna
calling her out by putting her on camera because they were like, "You want to be famous? Bing,
Yeah.
bing.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll put you on
She
camera."
totally shouldn't have made that look.
Yeah, they knew
Wasn't good.
They knew she was
Not
gonna
a
do
good
wrong.
PR move for her.
That's
But she's famous now.
She
RBF.
fucked up now.
Now, Raymo, I know you've
She's
brought
a
your
hoe.
girlfriend to work because I've been to the DJ
Oh, yeah,
booth and I've
100
seen
times.
you have your girlfriend.
That
in
wasn't
the-
my girlfriend.
in the booth with you. Oh, what do you think about this situation? You think Bill Belichick should just drop this chick and start focusing on football, or do you think maybe she is really making him a better man, relaxing him, letting him release on her, and having that release allows him
Release on her.
to really focus?
Yeah, he totally released it on her.
I mean, I don't know that whether or not he should leave or not. I mean, I don't care. I'm not all that involved in that part of it.
Like 60 years older than she is.
Oh, no, definitely. Well, that's gross.
50
100%. I mean, that's established. But, I mean, as far as the relationship's concerned, as far as whenever I had my girlfriend there with me, like, she'd come in the booth, kiss me, hang out for a minute, and leave. She wasn't telling me what fucking records to play.
She knows
I
what her place is what you're saying.
No, not at all. I just, I don't know how you can focus doing your craft with somebody in your ear the whole time.
She's doing her craft.
I'll do her craft after practice.
Hell yeah. And what about this? What if this blew up her spot? Like, what if her parents didn't know she was doing this? Like, what if she was...
They definitely know now.
What if her
They may not have seen.
What if he
Are you kidding? They had to sign a paper agreeing to it.
No, but she grown. She ain't got to sign shit. They ain't got to sign shit.
She went on the field
think
trip.
about it. Her mom and dad probably thinking she like some kind of like accountant's assistant or something, whatever. And meanwhile, she out here tricking with Bill Belichick.
All right, let's move on to our next topic. We'll see what happens with this relationship.
She was definitely an escort when he met her. That's why she doesn't want to talk about it.
Now, we have taken a slight hiatus from talking about politics because people get in their feelings, people get emotional, people get upset. Sometimes they don't want to, pull those emotions out. So we took a few week hiatus away from talking about politics. But we have gotten some requests from fans saying, we like when you guys argue and we like when you debate.
Jackasses.
We like when you guys debate. And they enjoy the segment. Now, there has been a big headline. All the big shows did it last night. It was officially Trump's first 100 days, which, by the way, they even argued that. Some people were saying that Tuesday was the 100th day because he actually, they did all the math. And then some people are saying that today's the 100th day. I say it's yesterday, but, it's simple math. But to tell you that we'll argue, our country will argue about anything.
That's true.
They will
probably
even
bet on it.
argue what his 100th day was. But I'm saying it was yesterday. We've had tariffs. He's cut the Ivy League funding. There's been border crackdowns. Supporting Israel. He said he was going to end the war in Ukraine on the first day. That didn't seem to happen. We had Doge, a very low approval rating at the 100-day mark. I would like to hear.
It's only 1 point under what it was in his last presidency at this time. I just want to add.
Okay, well, it says here CNN is calling it the lowest 100-day approval rating in 70 years is what it says here.
Okay, but it's it's only 1 point under what his first approval rating was in his first term, so it's not like a huge
I could stand in the middle of Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody and I wouldn't lose any voters.
All right, well, we'll start with you, Tomkat. I know that you are a staunch reporter and a big supporter of Donald Trump. And I know he's been busy. What are your assessments after the first 100 days?
Well, I asked ChatGPT 3 questions, which I wanted to know as far as my assessments go, which was, are oil prices down? And it says, yes, oil prices are currently falling and have experienced their largest monthly decline since 2021. Then I asked, is inflation coming down? And essentially it said, yes, as of April 2025, inflation is declining. Then I said, does the stock market have its biggest, highest rebound ever? Yes, the stock market recently experienced one of the most significant rebounds in history. So I say things are going pretty good.
All right. What do you think about the one negative blemish he has? Is he said he was going to end the war in Ukraine on the first day.
But when we talked about this before, I said that wasn't going to happen. It's a war. Can't just put the brakes on the war there.
Yeah.
So he's trying. The guy is trying his ass off to end that war, and he is.
All right, let's go to Raymo. What do you think on your assessment of what the president has done here in the first 100 days?
Well, I understand what Tomkat's chat GPT told him. Those things aren't accurate. They're not at all. And as a matter of fact, it's been proven over time and time again. What I see with my own eyes and not what chat GPT or anything else is telling me is that we could be headed for trouble. Perhaps there were some ideas that may have been good in theory. They don't seem to be working out as wonderfully as a lot of people hoped it appears. And to me, I'm honestly, it's only 100 days. We're gonna have to see what happens. But with all the other things going on with the rights things and everything, it just It's very unpresidential behaviors, in my personal assessment, don't seem to work well with the majority of Americans. Even a lot of his supporters are being harmed by some of the things that are being done, and it just doesn't seem right.
All right, in Memphis, it's been 100 days. I know that
excuse me.
You have gone as far as saying, if people are supporting Trump, you question your friendship with them.
Yep.
You have not been a big fan.
I stand on it.
You have not been a big fan of the president we currently have in the administration. What are your thoughts on it? The first 100 days, is it unraveling just as you suspected?
Absolutely. I told y'all that. I told y'all that. Like, listen, I know. I know people,
with that question.
Listen, because I'm not gonna go too much into it. I mean, people just not dumb. I mean, there are some dumb people out here, and people like to live in a bubble, and that's fine. This is America; it's free. But there's a reality outside the bubble, and the reality is that we are about to go into a crazy recession. We have offended. We lost all our allies, our friends, the enemies that we have, clicking up and making deals with the friends that we had, and then it's like, look. Well, we tried to tell you. And unfortunately, we all gonna go down with this shit. But,
I know in the back there's a video that they found on the internet that gives us a recap of the president's first 100 days. So roll the tape. Let's roll it from the truck.
First full day as president, we're back. Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. I think Canada would be much better off being a 51st state. Our
When he got hit with the
declaration of
microphone,
economic
he
independence.
laughed it off.
Think Biden could get into that car? I don't know. For $5 million, this could be yours.
Oh, that was his.
Somewhat voluntary.
That was a good
but
one.
It's also, if you don't answer, I guess you get fired. Some of those people with the police troop, but they were very minor incidents. You don't have the cards right now. With us, you
That
start
was
having
awesome,
cards.
actually.
Right
That was
now, you don't
retarded.
have
No, it was
any
good.
cards.
It was
You better
horrible.
comply
They're
because
actually good
otherwise you're
friends
not
now.
getting
That's
any
good.
federal
They
funding.
should.
In this entire meeting, have you said thank you?
Well, if you have somebody else's contact and then somehow it gets sucked in.
Nobody was texting war plans.
People are sort of looking around thinking, wow, well, maybe I
That was
can
on
get
Signal.
a chicken in my backyard.
That was hilarious,
That
by the
was-
way. I
that
think there's a
was.
gun in that cane. Somebody got to check
Maybe.
that cane.
Yeah, right.
My
I would.
desk is the Middle East. I rebuilt our military. A lot of it was given away to Afghanistan.
That was
It
fucking
was a lot,
bullshit
but
Joe
a very
Biden
small
did.
portion, in all fairness.
The cameras are all on.
That's hilarious.
Anything that I say, no matter how crazy,
We
Usha
talked
has
about
to
that
smile
last
and
week,
laugh.
didn't we?
I promised my wife I would never use a bad word. The case against me was bull. I'm telling you, these countries are calling us up, kissing my ass. They were getting yippee.
Hilarious. Awesome.
Why don't you wear a suit?
Does everybody know what a condom is?
Where I missed that one.
I mean, this is good shit. See what the problem is.
It's hilarious.
I think we've seen enough. What do you think?
So
This is going to be great television, I will say that.
He knows it.
it will be. Let me just say a quick list of some of the things he has done. The border is sealed shut. It's so sealed shut, nobody's even talking about it anymore.
Nobody
right?
wants to come here.
142 executive orders he signed, 665,000 deportations, 26 hostages freed. The estimated Doge savings are $160 billion. And he
I heard it
signed
was $1
5
million.
bills into law.
I heard it was 160 million, but is it
It is.
160 billion?
It's 160 billion.
Million.
Can somebody fact check that?
Yeah, let's fact check that with some.
I thought I heard last night they said 160 million.
You could.
That's what
you could-
Hannity
all right,
Hannity
but-
said that last night, but I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
All right, so it's a billion. It's a million. I'm saying
that's a big difference.
he's working hard. Okay, let's see what it is. So
A
maybe it's a billion. Even if I said it was a billion, you wouldn't be happy. You fucking hate Trump no matter what. So who cares what I say the number? It's 500 million.
Why are you?
Oh, it does say that.
I'm just saying.
In your defense, Tomkat, it does say.
Of course it does, because I'm right a lot of the time. It's just listen.
of the
It doesn't
time.
matter, right? But it doesn't matter to you, right?
No,
That-
no.
It doesn't.
Those
See?
are their
exactly.
claims.
So why do you split hairs when it doesn't even fucking matter?
I'm not.
Exactly.
Why are you getting off the rails? Calm down. Nobody's getting mad at you, bro. We're just listening to what you have to say. That's all. Calm down.
I'm calm. You
Bullshit.
calm down.
I am. I'm calm.
I thought we were supposed to fight. Didn't know what people like.
I think
gives
that's.
a
I
shit?
think that's
I
what
look,
he's trying to do.
when I make a point, if I make a point and I want to talk a certain way, then that's how I'm talking.
Yeah, I get you. I get you, but hey, it is what it is. We'll see what happens.
I feel like they're working hard to try to do good for the American people, right? Everybody wants to tear down what they're doing. That's kind of the point of every segment we do about Trump, right? It's just like, come on, dude, already. We Americans, we trying to get this thing right? Are we afraid? Are you scared? What are you afraid of?
Well, I think a lot of people are afraid because their rights are being taken away, and
whose rights are being taken away?
Let's see, hiring. Remember we discussed that there was some law that I think
I'm not going to harass
Johnson,
but
will put into place for
I just
fair
feel like
hiring
they get so much shit, and it's just aggravating.
A lot of veterans lost their jobs.
People
it's
people
horrible.
only see things particularly one way, and that's usually like white people, and they're not trying to see things from everybody's perspective.
And
so
it doesn't have anything to do with color.
Oh. What country you live in?
I'm living in America. It's the greatest melting pot in the world. It's all different kinds of people. More African Americans voted for Donald Trump than I think voted for any Republican in history.
That is so not true.
I think that's true.
That is not true. 92% of black women voted for Kamala. 73% of black men voted for Kamala.
Well, yeah, a lot did, but more voted for Donald Trump than they've ever voted for in history.
That is also
I'll look it up.
You can look it up. But either way, the fact of the matter is...
Again, it doesn't matter. That's right.
When things happen the way they happen...
the numbers do matter, and the truth matters.
Well,
so that's why I say it.
100%.
Because it matters. It must be said.
100% the truth matters.
Hey, you think it's fun coming on here trying to battle the machine of shit you're putting on the TV, two people arguing against me, everybody question? It's not easy, man. But I believe this shit to be true.
All right. Well and I give you that. Don't I give you that every week? I give you that every week. I don't agree with the things you say. I don't believe in the things you say, but I 100% believe and agree that you believe that, and you have every right to, because you're an American citizen just like everybody else.
I think the same about you. Thank you.
100%.
I respect your opinion.
I respect yours a lot.
Oh, thank you.
And I enjoy tearing it down. But
that's not good TV.
No, I love my brother, man, but we fight. But
we do,
brothers
yes.
fight, man, because we don't agree on a lot of shit, but it's cool.
I mean, on the topic, I think they're trying. I think they're doing a good job. For 100 days, he's kicking ass, I think.
I mean, that video, it seemed like
that
5
video
years. There was like
that video.
5 years of things
He
happening
said
in 100 days. So the guy, if anything, he's definitely shaking things up.
He's definitely.
If you were not a fan,
I'll agree to that.
Look,
if you're not a fan of what was going on in Washington, the status quo, then you probably are
Washington
excited.
is not a place to be entertained. You want to entertain, you turn on the fucking TV. They supposed to be passing laws, doing shit for the people, not to be entertained. You easily entertainable
making billionaires
motherfuckers.
richer. Fuck
like
that,
you gotta laugh. Y'all care more about the dumb shit he say versus the shit that's actually going on.
That don't bother
That's
me.
gonna fuck you in the ass.
Well, when he talks about doing trade deals to help the American people, I like that.
I like that he
does make a point.
I like when he talks about
But he ain't
that.
done no trade deals. That's
He
the
has
problem.
done a lot of trade deals. He just did one with India.
No, look,
You can't just say stuff. It's just whatever.
Actually, I can because I don't speak off of film.
It's not
I go
true.
I
And
go
the
off
truth-
of fact. What's going on with the trade deal with everybody that we deal with? Everybody they fucking with China right now. I don't need to look that up on ChatGPT. I actually pay attention to shit. I don't need no artificial thing to tell me information that I see with my own eyes.
A lot of our former allies
You know,
are making deals with China.
If you
now.
can't see things with your own eyes, then I question you.
Even Bernie Sanders agreed that the deals that we have with China are not fair, and that the Americans need to rework our trade deal with China.
Well,
The China trade deal is going to be the hardest one.
Right, but here's the thing: how much money did the
Agree with
United
that.
States owe China in the first damn place?
Billions upon billions.
Like,
They
listen,
own
China.
a lot of our
Listen,
debt.
y'all thinking about this? China can easily pull their card and say, "All right, tell you what.
And we'll be
how
fucked.
about y'all give us the money that y'all owe us back, and we call it even?
That's
we can't afford that.
That's why we're bringing our manufacturing home. So when they try it, we're able to defend ourselves.
But who gonna do the manufacturing? Americans are lazy.
That's not that kind of manufacturing. It's not making shoes and shit. It's making ships and building the technology that's going to fight a war. It's our drugs.
Like I said, who's
I'll
gonna do
make
that
drugs.
shit? And who's gonna do that? Who's gonna build these ships? Who's gonna build all this? It's
Well,
more than
robots
just,
probably, but
but
we'll
that's
be
what
building them in America
that's what
with
I'm
American
saying.
robots.
But fuck that. That's
But we don't have the
stupid. Who's gonna build the robots?
We still got to send out for the resources.
That's what I'm saying.
we're working on.
Y'all
That's-
not making no kind of sense. But hey,
What doesn't make sense about
that
having a
doesn't
strong military?
why do we listen?
I think we spent too much on that.
Everybody
We're
know we
already
got a
strong.
strong military, but you know what? it takes
It's not a
before
given.
empire to be conquered outside. It's gonna crumble from within first. That's just the rule of war.
Yeah,
That's right. That's why we're really fighting for our country from within. We know
No,
that.
you're not. How?
By
Everybody
fighting for the things that we believe in are right to make the country stronger by voting and
who's
by
we?
speaking out.
Who's
Well,
we?
I'm doing it right now.
Who's we?
I'm doing it right now.
But who's we? You say
Everybody, every citizen who goes out and votes, who speaks out against people who are bullying them.
You said we.
Stand up for what you believe in.
I just want you to say
Even though you might get arrested.
Me,
so
man.
You as in I, so you cannot say we because that means you're trying to say everybody, and everybody don't see the same.
No, he's just saying that everybody.
Everybody needs to
I think
stand
you're
up
saying everybody
and
stand
go
up for
vote,
you,
do
whatever
civic
you
duty.
believe
No,
in.
don't make excuses
Whatever you
for him.
believe in. I'm not.
He's
That's
not.
how
I'm
I
telling
took
you
it.
myself,
That's
man.
how I took
Why
it
are you
that
so
he said-
argumentative? I thought I was supposed to calm down.
I'm high. I am high and clear headed.
Hey, I got some gummies.
And my
You guys want
octave
one?
levels
On
have
meth?
been the same the whole
Maybe.
time. You can't listen. Don't play that game with me. Don't play with me. You know better than that. Telling this dumb shit about argumentative. No, we having a discussion.
That's true.
The only person
But
whose
y'all
octave
got-
levels elevated is you. Raymo called you out a minute ago.
Okay.
So you need to chill.
All right. Okay.
And
Well,
nobody-
that's neither.
because-
Whatever.
Because here's the thing, we can
He
both
needs to
ignore the Gentry can ask the question, we can ignore it, and you can just speak on yourself and be like, because
What's the question again?
Because at the end of the day, he feels some kind of way, you feel some kind of
What's
way,
the
and so
question?
do I. So
It's
we
just
see
all our
we see
opinion.
things different. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
So we will let the future tell us what it's supposed to be. That's it.
What was the question?
I don't know. We guys be talking about
What's the
something
next one?
family-wise.
Let's move on.
Yeah, yeah,
let's do
yeah.
that,
I like
shall
that.
we?
Let's move on.
Let's go.
We'll save some politics maybe for next week. Maybe after his next 100 days.
Yeah, that'll be
We'll
good.
see how it goes. There was some controversy around the NFL draft. People were excited to see would Shedeur Sanders be drafted like his daddy. His daddy was drafted, we looked it up before the show, 5th overall. He was the number 5 pick out of Florida State, and he went to the Atlanta Falcons, which I know Memphis has a story about the Falcons and something about one of their kids that caused some problems. We'll talk about that. But Shedeur Sanders ended up having to wait a couple of days before he was drafted. Some are saying that it was like a conspiracy or that collusion within the NFL owners. I would like to get your guys' take. Is it that Shedeur is just not as talented as maybe some people thought? Or was there some collusion in the league where they said, hey, we're not going to draft this kid for whatever reason? Was it because of some of the things his dad said? Because if I remember right, I heard Dion say, my kid will only play for certain teams.
He can't play some.
So,
I mean,
he did say that. But
he said it. But
Archie Manning said it.
Archie Manning did it first. He sure the hell did because San Diego had the first pick, and Eli. I remember because I watched more college football than anybody in this room. I remember when he came out and said, "My son is not playing in San Diego. The Giants gonna have to draft him." And they traded, and that's what they did. So Dion saying what he's saying, he just being a dad. So people can't shut the F up about that. Is Shedeur that good? Shedeur is that good. Listen, that boy is nice.
He should have been a top 10 pick, first round pick. What do you think?
He definitely first round. Maybe not top 10, but he's definitely like top 15-ish, right? In a team that needs a quarterback like the Saints, the
Steelers. I thought the Steelers
would have been perfect. I don't know what Tomlin was thinking about, but he played himself because
Don't they got Aaron Rodgers?
I don't think they've signed him.
They didn't sign him yet? I know they were talking about it.
Yeah, Shedeur, like this boy a winner. Like that's the problem. Like people don't like winners. That's the problem.
You don't think people like winners? Why
No,
would
like
winners.
Winners. WINNER.
I like winners.
And being brash like that, like I love it. You know what I mean? If you don't believe in yourself, nobody will. You know, that's just weak-minded people. And the NFL tried to send a message because rumor had that he's kind of sandbagged some of his interviews. Now that you cannot do. You gotta, you know what I mean? You know, this, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Can y'all do something better than that? Stop fucking around. So, you know, there we go. Thank you. Give me the program, bitch. So, what I'm saying that Tomlin and them should have got him because they were pressured because all the shit they was talking about, and he fucked up a lot of the interviews and stuff, which you cannot do. That's a job interview. You can't just be like bullshit your way through it. They take offense to that.
I think it's even probably bigger than that because this isn't like you're applying for said store in said city. You're playing or you're going to play for the NFL, which is a team, you're getting hired by a team, but it's part of a bigger corporation, and they talk.
Hell yeah.
They all talk.
And it's not like the recruitment where you get to pick and choose where you want to go. Nah, motherfucker, they picking your ass. So yeah, he fucked up. He got to admit his fuck up too, though. But hey, they sent a message.
What do you think, Tomkat?
I don't know all that much about football, but what I did find funny about this story is during the draft, Shador, is that how you say his name? Shador received a call from someone impersonating New Orleans Saints GM Mickey Loomis, falsely informing him that the team intended to draft him. This call was a prank orchestrated by Jax Ulbrich, the 21-year-old son of Atlanta Falcons defensive coordinator Jeff Ulbrich. Oh. And they got in mad trouble, and as a result, the NFL fined the Atlanta Falcons $250,000 and Jeff Ulbrich $100,000. Here's the video right here. Go ahead.
Do we have the video?
Yeah.
The GM of the New Orleans Saints. How you doing? This is Mickey Loomis here, GM of the Saints.
How you doing?
Good, how are you, man?
Good, been waiting on you.
Yeah, we have. It's been a long wait, man. We're going to take you with our next pick right here, man.
This ain't gonna be nothing there.
Yeah, but you're going to have to wait a little bit longer, man. Sorry about that.
Fucked up.
Man.
Damn!
No, that's fucked up. That's fucked up.
Shador sounded like he wasn't very thrilled, by the way.
Yeah, to go to the Saints, who would be?
Oh, shit.
The Saints, all they need is
Falcons.
The Saints, all they need is a quarterback.
Yeah.
But they called and acted like they were with the Saints.
Yeah.
That is the son of, I guess, a coach with the Falcons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Defensive coordinator.
Jeff Ulbrich.
That's funny.
I'm all about
Jax
a
Ulbrich.
good old prank
Jax
call.
Ulbrich.
Man, no. Listen, man, that's just poor taste. Like that's poor taste because the emotions are high. That's like, okay, say if there was like it wasn't in the NFL, let's say it was like cybersecurity, something crazy like that, and you some top executive and shit get out, your kid prank call like a competitor or some shit like that. What ain't gonna happen? Your ass getting fired. It ain't gonna be too funny.
He got fined a lot.
Yeah,
But let me just say this before you feel too
than
bad about Shador. The pictures of him after at the party that he had, that Kodak Black and everybody was at, and the diamonds and the Louis boxes filled with cash. Don't feel too bad.
That's fine.
He's doing good.
He's doing good.
He's doing real good.
And you know what? This really is not unusual. Last year, Caleb Williams got a prank phone call before he was drafted to Chicago.
Okay, so it's going around.
It was probably the same little motherfuckers.
I don't really know. It was actually some guy that he ended up meeting, and like they became friends and shit like that. They hooked up like.
That sounds fake.
Yeah,
dude.
no. It was a real thing. It was like he did I forgot what it was. It was a prank call.
So he became friends with the guy.
Well, he didn't really become friends with him, but he told him that he did it, and like he admitted to it after the fact, and he was cool with it. Because Caleb's like, he's not a very, like, he seems very chill.
He paints his
He
fingernails.
does, so he's chill.
I can dig.
I'm not sure.
He's chill.
I want my quarterback not to be painting his
What's wrong with
fingernails.
I don't think it matters.
don't matter.
Yeah,
I think
don't
Memphis
go
has done that a couple times in here.
He has.
Yeah,
Or somebody has.
I don't want
I have
him.
my fingernails painted black.
Yeah,
So
that's
what?
fine.
Well,
if
he's
you're
not the quarterback,
Like if
I
you're
guess.
a guitar player like Dave Navarro or something like that. Okay,
so
cool. Paint your
so what you're saying,
fingernails.
if you're white?
No.
Just not your
Oh.
That's what it
toenails,
sound
right?
like to me.
If you're Jimi Hendrix and you want to paint your fingernails, if you're Lenny Kravitz and you want to paint your fingernails, that's fine.
He's half white.
But
half
if you're the
black.
quarterback of the Chicago Bears, I don't need you painting your fucking fingernails.
You know what? That's why y'all suck.
Come
Because
on.
maybe if y'all just got out the quarterback
Hey, man,
way and if he wanted to paint his fingernails, he might go out there and throw 40 touchdowns.
That
And y'all
motherfucker-
ass is like, I don't want my fingernails painted. And that's why they always suck.
As long as we win, that motherfucker paint his ass cheeks out on the
See,
football.
that's
field.
what I'm
As
saying.
long
That's
as
the
they
right-
them can throw, right?
Hey,
That's right.
That's the right attitude to have
Use
right
that
there,
painted
Raymo.
nails and throw that goddamn football where it's supposed to be. All right,
Don't throw no
we need
intercept.
some wins. Goddamn it!
See, that's the right attitude. Let that motherfucker come out there in a rainbow flag on the helmet.
I don't
Who
give a
gives
fuck.
Like Jeff Garcia, remember?
Yes.
I think there was a rumor that he might have
Jeff
been a
Garcia.
switch
Are y'all
hitter.
cousins?
No, I don't even know that motherfucker.
The reason why I think that the problem with these college players going into the National Football League is one, Shador came from money, so he doesn't the big contract doesn't impress him.
Sure.
And now these college kids are getting paid.
Yeah,
So,
the NIL, his NIL deal was crazy. So
when you go into an interview with a job, if you go into an interview and you're broke, you may be more humble. You may be really hungry for this job because it could change your life.
It's true.
If you're going into an interview and you've already got, $10 million in the bank and you pulled up in a Lambo, you're probably coming off a little arrogant when you show up for the meeting.
That's fair, but that job is not the NFL. Because it don't matter how much you could be the son of a billionaire, but you work your ass off all that time. Like this is if you're an athlete, no matter what kind of sport you play, you will understand what I'm about to say. You never got your ass up early in the morning, going to the gym, doing whatever it is sport you were doing to make it to that point, regardless of where you come from. You gonna be humble because that's where you really want to be. Yeah, you got it. Yeah. But that's you should be. You don't do them up downs. You don't do those summer workout drills and do all this shit in the cold just to fuck that. You don't deserve the opportunity.
I like what Shedeur said when he got drafted on the third day in the 5th round. He was like, well, this is just going to make the story that much better. Sure. I mean, now he's got that chip on his shoulder. Tom Brady was a 5th round pick.
I think the Browns
he's the best quarterback ever to play, according to
me. And I think the Browns going to trade him because they got too many quarterbacks as is. And the quarterback, they drafted a 3rd rounder from Oregon, and then Shedeur in the 5th. They're going to be, one of them going to have to go, and that 3rd rounder going to stick around. So, because they're going to pay him. So Shedeur going to be used as trade bait. Watch what I tell you.
Historically, though, the Browns have been the worst team when it comes to picking quarterbacks.
That's why they call the Browns.
They have done a very bad job.
Shit.
They even screwed it up with Baker Mayfield. He actually turned out to be a pretty good quarterback now that he got away from Cleveland. But remember Tim Couch? He came into the league with all the hype. I mean,
Todd Dempner played there.
So many quarterbacks have come to Cleveland. Bernie Kosar is probably the most successful quarterback to play in Cleveland.
So would you
Didn't Vinny Testaverde used to play in Cleveland before he came to Tampa?
He did for a little while.
If you go to Cleveland and you're a quarterback, your career is gonna die. Yeah. I was like, nah, fuck that. I don't want to play in Cleveland.
All right, let's move on. We have time for one other quick topic here. This is an interesting one, if you ask me. I don't know if you saw this, but Nike always trying to be on the cutting edge of technology and of image. Have you seen this where they have a shoe that actually is dirty when you buy it? You buy a shoe that's dirty. It says here that
I want that job.
Nike drops a shoe that starts out dirty and gets cleaner as you wear it.
What?
That's bullshit.
Crazy.
Literally, it sheds its grimy shell.
I think, is that a challenge?
Are you kidding me? I love it, dude, because having those white Krispies and then watching them get dirty is the worst. So having it in reverse will be like magic.
I don't understand how this works. Like, what happens if you're actually getting them
You're
dirty?
scuffing them.
So they come in looking like this. If you're watching the video, it's like they got dirt on them. They look dirty.
They look all busted and stuff.
But I don't understand. Then you wear them and somehow the dirt wears off and you got a brand fresh new pair of Air Force Ones after they clean off.
Oh, maybe they did studies and found out exactly where your shoe gets the dirtiest. And so they put all the gunk and shit in those areas. That way, when you actually scrape it on the shit, it cleans the dirt off instead of putting dirt on.
Or get this, they're just selling you used shoes and tricking you and getting you to clean them.
That's totally it.
It's
totally.
Possible.
That's that. Well, hold on now. Wait a minute.
Them fuckers.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
They've been going to Goodwill and getting their hands on.
All you got to do is clean the shit out of them, and they're brand new.
Yeah.
I mean, China been exposing a lot of shit anyway about how people been paying a whole lot of money for shit that's like dirt cheap to make. So I would not be shocked if they did this and Nike's like, fuck, we got to figure some shit out.
That's wild.
That's
hey,
crazy.
I got some shoes people might want to buy. I got some dirty ones. If somebody wants to get their hands on some dirty shoes, I'll hook you up.
Pair.
No shit.
All right, it's now time to go to our not so good news man. He's been standing by with some of the great stories. He's got quite the stories to tell.
Fake news.
Tomkat, take it away, shall you?
I got some funny and some good stories for you today.
Sorry.
Nice.
Put your glasses on.
That's all. Put these glasses on. It makes it a little bit easier. I'm getting up there. Here's your new shit for April 30th. In 1789, George Washington becomes the first U.S. president on this day.
Awesome.
Back in 1789. 1945, the end of a dictator. This is a good one. Soviet troops closed in on Berlin. Adolf Hitler and his wife of one day, because they got married that day or the day before. Eva Braun died by suicide in his underground bunker.
Some people believe they actually went to Argentina. Yep.
1993, the World Wide Web becomes public domain.
Boom.
Boing. 1993, Monica Seles stabbed during a match. Tennis star Monica Seles was stabbed.
Monica Seles.
Seles.
Yeah.
I knew I would say that wrong no matter which way I said it.
Good
Stabbed
job.
by a deranged fan during a match in Hamburg, Germany. Although
that.
she recovered physically from the incident, it had to have lasting effects on her career. On April 30th is also Walpurgis Night.
What's
in
that?
parts of
that?
Europe, April 30th celebrates as Walpurgis Night, a traditional spring festival with roots in pagan customs, is often associated with dancing, bonfires, and warding off of witches.
So it's a rave.
Is
Kinda
it
like a
like
rave.
rum spring?
I like it.
Yeah.
Let's throw our own.
International
I'm down with
Jazz Day today, National
right.
Bubble Tea Day, which is a tea with tapioca-filled shit in it.
All that
And
sugar.
it's also Gal Gadot's birthday. She was in Wonder Woman.
Oh,
Gal
yeah.
Gadot,
Wonder
yeah.
Woman.
Is that how you say her name?
My first story today, Seattle versus Solo Shenanigans. The
Yeah.
city is putting in public masturbation deterrent infrastructure.
Sweet.
What?
I'm moving
Seattle
next week.
has got a real hands-on problem.
They
People
apparently-
are treating the parks like their personal bedrooms.
No
So the city
way.
is fighting back with what they're calling public masturbation deterrent infrastructure. Yes, that's the term.
That is
Check this out.
creepy
Hit the volume on this. It's great.
They're obviously huge
Show up to Denny Blaine
Paul
Park
Rubin fans.
to very publicly commit a sex act.
They'll sit on the wall
They're
and
like day after
masturbate,
day, they show
sometimes
up.
filming themselves.
What?
They'll lay on the hood of their car and masturbate. This is outrageous. As a neighbor, I can tell you it's scary to leave your home
This looks fake.
and see someone
It's in Seattle.
masturbating.
They're fake.
Go check it
in
out
broad
yourself.
daylight.
See if they're
Neighbors
want
say
to.
they're fearful and fed up.
and a little bit turned on.
If that's real, that's fucking crazy.
It's a bopping
It's
fest.
Seattle. Yeah, they're building
wild.
stuff to make it harder for creepers to, get comfortable in the bushes, is basically what
They're
it is.
Butter churners.
My next story is Lake
Jacking in the
Havasu.
bush.
This is Lake Havasu boat that yeets itself into orbit. A lot of people have been playing this video. It is crazy. This boat in Lake Havasu was trying to get a speed record, and this is a speed demon of a boat. It launched itself like a bottle rocket
way. Get out.
into the air because it was going so fast.
Whoa, that's
Oh,
wild.
yeah. Them boats do that. That happens all the time when they race.
And Lake Havasu is not really the place to be doing that.
There's a driver and also a passenger in there. They both survived.
Good.
And look at the
to
helicopter.
go.
Like, oh,
Yeah.
this is waiting
Did
for
they get
boats-
injured? Any injuries? That's-
They have a video that also shows the inside of them in it, and I don't know if
can
they
we- do we have
sustained
that?
any. I don't have that one.
Oh,
Oh, that would be
But
hilarious.
That
you
would be
see
dope.
them, and they look like they're okay because there's a pod in there, and that pod really has them strapped in. If you see, it's like a bubble, and they look like they were pretty strapped
I
in
just-
from the video that I saw from
How
inside.
fast are they going?
I want to see the look on their face while they're fucking airborne.
hell
dude.
yeah,
That
it'd be
would
like-
classic.
Hey, if you can find that before we're end, that it is kind of funny. All right, U.S. airstrikes give the Houthis an unwanted fireworks show. This is wild. The U.S. decided it was time to drop more than just hints, so they hit a Houthis post with a round of boom-leveled airstrikes.
Get 'em.
Cue the massive explosions.
Kaboom! It's a mushroom cloud. Big
That
one
is.
there. Big explosion.
Oh boy.
Houthi.
For those of you not watching, just big explosions happening right now on the screen here. Looks like bombs going off, and that's in the water, right, TK?
No, that's Tomkat in the bathroom.
The target likely missile launchers or weapon stockpiles the Houthis were using to stir up chaos. The result, big bangs and lots of smoke. It's saying that's a port there.
Hey.
Boom, 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 boom. Next
Right
up,
up
this
there.
is a crazy polar bear chase. This guy's lucky to be alive. Heart-stopping moments for a hotel worker in the Norway's Arctic. Up there where it's real cold. This
Well, that's
man
why.
was chased by a full-grown polar bear.
What did he learn?
He tried to shoot at
There
it
he
first.
Oh, yeah, the polar bear's chasing this guy down, man. He ain't playing no games. Now he's
polar
on.
bear.
Now he's on his
If
snowmobile.
If he would have not got to that snowmobile,
His ass is gone.
done.
He got lucky.
Man, he just wanted to play.
That is
Yeah,
in
he
the
like-
Arctic up there in
he wanted to play
Norway.
with his
Look
ass
at
like
him.
a
He's
kid.
sad now.
Play with
Look,
your
he's-
bones
he
after
wanted
you
to
choose all
play
the
with
meat
it.
off
I
them.
got to start working on hibernation, and you the perfect thing to start.
This is a really funny story. This is the first live sperm race. We
What?
should have been in this. No, I don't think we should have.
No, that's bullshit.
Actually.
I've had 5 of them
Tristan
already.
Makel, 20. Azure Prodigy, 19. And organizer Eric Zoo, 17. They all live stream an event where sperm samples from 2 college students race through a microscopic track designed to mimic the female reproductive system.
What?
Yeah, check this out. You get to see the sperms racing.
Eric Zhu is one of the sperm racing organizers. With the help of wealthy
That's
investors,
fucking
the
disgusting.
17-year-old Bay Area high school
awesome.
student and entrepreneur launching this epic competition to raise awareness on male fertility health.
The general public doesn't talk about it because it's so taboo.
The contenders, who were handpicked out of dozens of young men, were given money each week to train their mind, bodies, and diets ahead of the viral, sold-out marathon. The competitors' sperm put into a microscopic racetrack, and then they're off.
What the fuck are we
Yes!
watching?
I can't
Swimming to the finish line.
I can't believe we're looking at this shit.
Man, look at that fast one. He beat him by a 2-sperm length.
In the end, the Trojan won. The Bruin got creamed.
Yes!
Is that fake?
No, it's real, man. Listen.
What the fuck?
Welcome to
that might be.
2025, baby.
You got all those losers
Let's look
in
into
there,
that.
You see all them losers in there watching and cheering it on and shit. Like,
All right.
you know, ain't nobody dropping no
This
sperm
is funny
in
too.
there.
This is a guy who jumped out a
That was
window
weird.
because he was arguing with his girlfriend. Got into a heated argument with his girlfriend. This is in China. A man in
hell
China
no.
engaged in a heated argument with his girlfriend.
I'm tired of you, bitch.
He jumped out of a window to get away from her.
Damn.
And he just kept on running too. I think a lot of us can
Fellas,
relate to this.
He's a ninja.
Hey, fellas, remember I told you the chick that we talked about earlier?
That look, she gave him that look.
He said, fuck this
He
bag,
left,
I'm out of
he
here.
left his bag behind, though. That's bad. What was in that bag?
This motherfucker jumped off the window.
At least it was the first
I'm tired
floor.
of these
He
bitches.
didn't even stop. Bye.
He said, fuck
Bye.
that.
Holy shit.
Fuck that. That is going to be a meme. Oh, man, these women, it's going to be summer, too. Oh, man.
All right, one more.
Oh,
Lightning
golly.
butt. This is a girl named Bloom. Her name is Bloom Kermode. She's 17-year-old from Burpagony, Queensland, which is in Australia.
Okay.
She got hit by lightning while strolling through TikTok on her phone during a thunderstorm. She was hit and went through her arm and out her ass. Listen.
66 times?
Yeah, your butt.
It literally came out of my butt. I want superpowers, and if I don't get them, that's going to be sad, but I'm going to go get a lotto ticket and see what happens.
Look how burnt up
So
her
I
room
was laying
is.
in my room, and it was about like 2:30 something, like it was pretty late, and I heard this big bang, and I didn't really think of anything of it, and I was about to go to bed, so I put my phone on charge, and I'm just watching TikTok on my bed, and then this big bang, and everything went white, and my whole body started shaking, everything was exploding, and then because I had my phone in my hands, the electric current
It
went
was
into me.
exploding like her diarrhea.
My whole arm went numb, and it just felt like I was almost having a seizure. And then
It's an orgasm, man.
my whole
Yeah,
arm
yeah.
went numb, my leg went numb, part of my face went numb, and
Totally
then
an orgasm.
everything was on fire. So I was like, I need to get out of here. And
This is
I got
serious,
my dog,
guys.
And I was like, I'm out, and I left. And then
Wait till
I can't hear
Hold on,
anymore
they
of
show
this.
how burnt up her room is right here. Hold on.
fire, help me. Well, I knew it was a lightning strike, but I just was not expecting it. It was very, very intense and very painful.
I wonder what
So
she
I
ate
was,
last night.
Very lucky to not have any injuries. They said that my
Listening to this girl is painful, actually.
It's true.
Oh, man.
You don't like the Aussies.
The jokes
Listen to
are
them say the
writing
word home is
themselves right
painful.
now.
Home.
It just goes on and on and
Yeah,
on.
the jokes are writing themselves right now. That's
All right.
great.
Oh, well, that's the news. There
Hey,
it
can
is.
we-
Why?
Is
She
that
got
her
burnt up-
ass?
Yeah, that's her ass.
Holy shit.
That's the explosion out of her ass.
That's where she was.
Boy,
That's why they call me King Dingling.
they do have Taco Bell out there, huh?
That's some news.
Oh, no.
She would
Hey.
make a great tag team partner with the Nacho
Oh, look, okay.
Man.
So here's the guys from inside the boat. Guys from in the boat.
Oh, they got it.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Oh, they
shit,
have
they go.
helmets on.
They have helmets on. They're in a pod.
You can't see.
Look at that.
They're
Look at
good.
that.
They aren't.
But
Oh,
they-
of course
they're
the
good.
chick was driving.
Oh,
You
look
can
at
hear
that.
them go, whoa,
That's a
whoa,
chick?
when it goes up
Maybe.
in the air.
Looks like a guy to
Probably.
me.
Most
Ah,
likely.
maybe a chick.
Can't parallel
no.
park.
Yeah.
Can we see the guy jump through the window again?
Can't park here, ma'am.
Can
Trust
we
me,
see
he's
the
a
guy that
chick.
jumped through the window?
If you
That
can't
was
drive a boat,
classic.
you're a chick.
Yeah, what the fuck? If you drink. Yeah,
Nacho
yeah, there you go.
Man,
You gotta just jump
I
through
love
the window.
this music. That's a trombone. You guys know that,
look at
right?
this guy.
I
He-
played that in high school.
What do you think she said to him when he said, fuck that, I'm jumping out the goddamn, I'm out of here and jump
Okay.
through the window?
She told him
Guys.
she was pregnant.
Hear me out. Next week we do a sperm race. Just kidding. Just
No.
kidding.
No,
just
hell
kidding.
no.
I'm just kidding. Get out the microscope. Sperm race time.
Better start eating
I-
more
Yeah,
asparagus.
Yeah.
I've been fixed.
I don't know if
Tomkat.
we have that
You
X-ray
lose.
I've been
capabilities.
fixed, so I don't know if I have any. My swimmers don't swim.
Just be a gob.
Yeah, they're lazy. They just sit there like, smoke. You see them passing a joint around.
Let's see what Gentry sperms do next week on the Outcast Podcast.
That's how you cut a promo.
Can we put up the wrestler that you guys created for me? I haven't seen that wrestler.
What the hell?
Sitting around
How
there
you
drinking kratom.
Getting off the hook.
They made a wrestler for me. I didn't see the wrestler yet. If you guys have that wrestler handy.
I hope he looks like a douchebag.
We had the Nacho Man, Ray Garcia. We had Memphis Yard Dog. And we had Rowdy Tomkat. What a cast we have here.
That was fun.
At the Outcast Podcast. And then, there's me, GM Punk.
Oh, yeah. Make him make your dad look cool.
I don't think I look cool.
What wrestler is that? GM Punk.
I think that's supposed to be like CM Punk. And the reason why Jordan used...
Oh, is he calling you a punk?
CM Punk is probably he wants to try to call me a punk. Plus, I do have a CM Punk story.
Oh, yeah, tell us about it.
Me and Jordan and his buddies were sitting front row at a WWE event, and CM Punk came out, and there was like a slow kid, like a kid that
was... A retard?
Oh, that's
I wasn't going to say it, but
Tom.
yes, Tomkat. He was a retard.
That's fucked up, too.
And he was sitting next to me like 2 rows over, and he had a magazine, and he was like, CM Punk, sign my magazine. And CM Punk, he was playing heel. He just took the magazine and he ripped the magazine.
No way!
And then he threw it on the ground and he kicked it.
That's classic.
And so I was like kind of pissed. Like this kid right here is slow.
Look at Raymo's all mad.
No. Actually,
that's awesome.
Hold on,
I wish I could have seen that. That's great.
I got something to say. Go ahead,
awesome.
Gentry. Finish. So, I want to hear your story.
So then I
that was
stood
Raymo
up.
as a kid.
I stood up and I was like, "Yo, CM Punk, you're a bitch." Do that to somebody your own size.
No shit.
And then he walked over to me.
No way.
And he went eye to eye. Like we were like eye to eye. And I know that he wanted to hit me. And I was just like, you're a fucking punk bitch. I was like, go over there and get that kid's fucking magazine. And he was like, I'll whip your little candy ass, you fucking bitch. And then I looked over at Jordan, and Jordan was only probably like 5 or 6 at this time. And I could see that he was so concerned.
Like,
he
Dad!
thought his dad was about to get his ass whipped.
Yeah, he's
by
like, my
CM
dad
Punk.
is about to get destroyed.
I give you kudos, Gentry. You did the right thing, even though you thought maybe you'd get your ass whipped.
Yeah,
kudos to you, buddy.
I see it this way.
I would have probably just laughed.
Think about it.
That's hilarious.
Think about it. That's his character.
Yes,
that's
who
who he is.
Yeah, that's
right.
good.
So the kid giving him this magazine, he's gonna go home and be like, "This motherfucker grabbed this magazine and ripped it apart." Like that's better.
But maybe
than
that's good. Yeah.
Hey,
you. That's right, because it's wrestling. He
That's
wanted
right.
it right. You're supposed to do that.
And you know what? Say if that was to happen now, Gentry.
What do you think about that, Gentry?
Well, the way I look at it is the kid was slow, and you didn't have to rip his magazine. If you just wanted to throw it on the ground.
What if you would have body slammed him?
And then the kid
That
could have gotten
put him in the ring, put him to the circle.
And also, I'm thinking about this kid's dad. The dad just probably dropped $20 on the fucking magazine, like at the concession stand. And this guy is ripping the kid's magazine.
And then when the kid came back, he thought the kid did it, beat the shit out of the kid. Now the kid's getting beat.
I knew I shouldn't have bought you that goddamn magazine.
Well,
wait till I tell your mother.
I remember the security.
Great.
There was a female security guard that was down there, and she actually climbed under the ring and grabbed the kid's ripped up magazine and gave it back to the kid.
Oh, that's cool.
And so the kid got his magazine back, but it was all ripped up from CM Punk.
By the CM Punk guy.
Yeah, he's ripped. It was on TV, so I'm sure that was a televised event, so it's out there somewhere.
I've always hated that CM Punk ever since then.
What if he got the kid afterwards and signed another magazine for him? Was like, hey, that was just for a show. For
let's hope that CM Punk did that.
That was a good story. Let's hope CM Punk's watching this.
That was an awesome story, bro. I love that story.
Because GM Punk's coming for you, buddy.
GM Punk is coming for you.
GM Punk. Dropping the hammer, baby. Brother, let me tell you something.
TMI.
These 5-inch pythons.
I got a 2.5-inch python. You fuck with me. You fuck with this. Hey, let's go to the gun show, baby. That's going to do it for today's episode of the Outcast Podcast. We thank those of you that made it through the full hour. Well, God bless you. That's amazing.
Your checks are in the mail.
Yes. And thanks to everybody that has liked and subscribed with us on Spotify and on Apple as we continue to climb the charts.
We doing it, man. We appreciate y'all.
We're taking down these other podcasts. They better watch out, brother, because we're coming for you, brother.
Gonna whoop
the
that
Outcast Podcast. We don't play, boy.
And shout out to Outcast for being inducted to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and Salt and Pepper too.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh, that was dope. Yeah.
Push it, baby. Push it good.
Push it real good.
And thanks to Jacob and Jordan. If we could throw the Nacho Man up one more time on the screen.
Man.
He does have the belt.
Eating that bad queso.
Ray
The bad queso Renba.
Wepa! No, everybody got to say Wepa!
Azucar!
I have a hard time going to the bathroom.
Oh, look at his satchel.